All right, welcome to your deep dive today. We're going to be looking at the mind-body connection.
Ooh, very cool.
It's a topic that I think a lot of people kind of think of as separate,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you take
no,
care of your body, you take care of your mind, but they're really not that separate.
definitely not.
And the source that we're looking at today is it's an episode from the Manifest with Piyush podcast.
Okay,
And the episode is called The Connection Between Physical and Mental Health.
I like it.
So we're going to be looking at all the ways to taking care of your physical health can really directly impact your mind and vice versa.
So it's like we're always told, eat your vegetables, go for a run, but it's not always obvious how those things are going to impact how we feel.
Yeah,
But it's a
exactly.
really powerful link.
It is. And Piyush uses this analogy in the episode that I think is really helpful.
Okay,
He's like, imagine your body is a car, right?
okay.
And your mind is the driver.
Mm-hmm.
If that car is running on fumes or it's, overdue for an oil change,
Right.
it's not going to perform well no matter how good of a driver you are.
Yeah, it's not going to get very far.
And then on the flip side, you could have this finely tuned car that runs perfectly.
Right.
But if the driver is stressed out, sleep deprived,
Yeah, totally.
they're not going to be driving that car to its full potential either.
That makes a lot of sense.
So that's what this whole deep dive is about. It's
Yeah.
like taking care of both.
I'm excited to dive in.
Yeah, me too, me too. All right, so let's start with exercise.
Okay.
I mean, we all know exercise is good for our bodies.
Right.
But Manifest with Piyush, the episode really talks about all these ways that exercise is actually super beneficial for our minds.
Yeah, there's so much research coming out about that now. Like
Yeah.
when we exercise, our brains release endorphins, and those are basically our brain's feel-good chemicals.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why we feel that mood boost after a workout.
That's so interesting.
And it's not just a temporary thing. Like regular exercise can actually help reduce stress and anxiety in the long run.
Really?
Yeah, and get this, for some people, exercise can be just as effective as medication in managing those conditions.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible how powerful it is.
So we're basically saying, like, just by moving our bodies, we have so much control over how we feel.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
And it's not just about mood either. Like exercise can help improve our focus and even enhance our brain function over time.
Like a workout for your brain, too.
Exactly. And as if that wasn't enough, it also helps regulate our sleep cycles.
Oh, which is huge.
Which is huge. And when we sleep better, we feel better, we think better, everything just works better.
You don't have to run a marathon every day to get these benefits, though, right?
Oh, definitely not. Even something as simple as a 20-minute walk each day can have a noticeable impact.
I can do that.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be a chore either.
Right.
Find something you enjoy, dancing, swimming, hiking, whatever gets you moving.
And that brings us to another key piece of the puzzle,
Oh.
nutrition. Food, yes. Manifest with Piyush really digs into how the foods we choose directly affect our brain function and even our mood.
It makes sense when you think about it, right? Like we can't expect our brains to run on junk food.
Definitely not.
Piyush explains that whole foods like fruits, vegetables, lean protein, and whole grains, those give our brains the nutrients they need to function at their best.
It's like giving your brain premium fuel.
Exactly.
But when we overload on sugar and processed foods, it's like we're running on fumes.
And then we wonder why we're crashing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's those sugar highs and crashes that can lead to mood swings, difficulty concentrating, and even anxiety.
It's like trying to run that well-tuned car we were talking about earlier on, like sugary soda instead of high-octane fuel.
You nailed it.
So the episode highlights a few specific things to keep in mind when it comes to what we eat.
Okay, I'm listening.
First up, stay hydrated.
Ah, yes, water, so important.
Because even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue, brain fog, and make it harder to focus.
Just sneaks up on you.
It does, so keep that water bottle close.
Will do. What else?
Well, Piyush also talks about the benefits of including omega-3 fatty acids in our diet.
Oh, yeah, those are good for brain health, right?
They are, you can find them in fatty fish like salmon, tuna, also in walnuts, flax seeds.
I love walnuts.
Me too.
So omega-3s, they help with brain function, but they can also improve our mood.
Yeah, they've been linked to a better mood and even better cognitive function.
Interesting. So it's not just about what we eat, but also when we eat, right?
Yeah, Piyush emphasizes the importance of eating regular meals to help stabilize blood sugar and maintain consistent energy levels throughout the day.
Makes sense, keeps those energy crashes at bay.
Exactly. It's all about giving our brain the steady fuel it needs to function at its best.
It all ties together.
It does, but even with good nutrition and regular exercise, there's one more crucial element for optimal well-being: sleep.
Ah, sleep. I could always use more of that. Yeah, he really stresses that sleep is not just about physical rest.
Right. It's like a mental reset, too.
Yeah, like hitting the reset button on your brain.
Totally.
Um, he talks about how important sleep is for like our emotional resilience.
That's interesting.
Being able to bounce back from stress and stuff,
Hmm.
and also for our memory, like how well we consolidate information and learn new things.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed when I'm sleep deprived, I can't remember anything.
Right. And it can even affect our creative thinking.
Wow, I didn't realize it was connected to that too.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And it makes sense when you think about it. Like, when you're well rested, you just handle stress better.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like you have more capacity to deal with things.
And your brain's had time to like process everything that happened during the day. So
Exactly.
all that information can get filed away
Yeah.
properly.
It's like decluttering your mind.
I like that analogy.
So when we don't get enough sleep, what happens?
Well, when we're consistently sleep deprived, our bodies tend to produce more stress
Oh,
hormones.
no.
Yeah, and that can lead to, all sorts of problems, including a higher risk of things like anxiety and depression.
So getting enough sleep is crucial for both our physical and mental health.
It really is. It's like fundamental.
So what does Piyush recommend? Like, how much sleep should we be aiming for?
Well, he says, most adults should aim for somewhere between 7 and 9 hours of quality sleep each night.
Okay, that's doable.
And to help with that, he suggests creating a calming bedtime routine,
Oh, I like that.
like taking a warm bath, reading a book, maybe some light stretching.
Anything to kind of wind down before bed.
Exactly. And he also says it's helpful to like limit screen time in the hour or two before bed.
Yeah, that blue light can really mess with your sleep.
Totally. It tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime.
So we've talked about exercise, nutrition, and now sleep,
The big three.
the pillars of well-being.
And Piyush, he actually gives a whole bunch of other like little habits and things that you can incorporate into your daily routine to support your mind-body connection.
Oh, that's cool. I love little tips like that.
Yeah, they're like small tweaks that can make a big difference over time.
And they're all about approaching health from a holistic perspective.
Exactly. So first up, he says, move daily.
Okay, that's easy enough.
It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just find an activity you enjoy and get your body moving.
Right, like we talked about earlier, it could be walking, dancing, yoga.
Even just stretching throughout the day.
Yeah, every little bit counts.
Definitely. Next up is mindful eating.
Ooh, I've heard about that, but what does it actually mean?
So it basically means paying attention to what you're eating, how much you're eating, and even when you're eating.
Okay, so it's more than just like choosing healthy foods.
Right. It's about slowing down, savoring each bite, and really tuning into your body's cues.
That's interesting.
It's about being present with your food and eating in a way that truly nourishes your body and mind.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And we already talked about prioritizing sleep, but Piyush really emphasizes the importance of like having a consistent sleep schedule,
Oh yeah, that makes a huge difference.
going to bed and waking up around the same time each day.
Even on weekends.
Ideally, yeah, it helps regulate your body's natural sleep-work cycle.
So you fall asleep easier and stay asleep longer.
Exactly. Next up is something we all know we should do, but often forget. Stay hydrated.
Ah, yes, water, the elixir of life.
It's amazing how much of an impact hydration has on our energy levels, our mood, our focus.
It's true. I always feel better when I'm drinking enough water.
So Piyush's tip is to keep a water bottle with you throughout the day.
That's a good idea. I need to do that.
Yeah, it's a simple reminder.
What else is on the list?
Okay, next up is a practice that can have a profound impact on our well-being: gratitude.
Oh, I love that.
Taking a few moments each day to reflect on the things we're grateful for.
No matter how big or small.
Exactly. It could be something as simple as a sunny day or a good cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's about shifting your focus to the positive.
And gratitude has been shown to reduce stress, boost our mood, and even increase our resilience.
It's like a superpower.
It kind of is. And then another important habit Piyush mentions is connecting with others.
Oh, that's a good one.
Whether it's spending time with loved ones, joining groups with shared interests, we're just engaging in social activities.
It's about nurturing those social connections.
Exactly, because feeling connected to others contributes to our sense of belonging and purpose.
That's so important.
It really is. And finally, Piyush says it's crucial to take breaks throughout the day.
Yes. Especially in our busy world.
We're constantly bombarded with information and stimulation.
So it's important to step away, disconnect, and give our minds and bodies a chance to reset.
Prevents burnout and helps us stay feeling our best.
So all these habits, they're not just good for our physical health.
Right, they tie directly back to manifestation, which is what this whole episode of Manifest with Piyush is about.
Okay, so how does taking care of our physical health help us manifest?
Well, Piyush explains that when we prioritize our physical health, we're essentially creating a solid foundation for achieving our goals.
It's like setting ourselves up for success.
Exactly, because when we're well rested, energized, and mentally sharp,
We're more likely to take action and make things happen.
and we're better equipped to handle the challenges that inevitably come along the way.
So it's like our body is the vehicle that carries us towards our goals.
And if we take good care of that vehicle,
It'll take us further.
yeah, I love that
Me
analogy.
too. It really highlights how interconnected our physical and mental well-being truly are.
And it all comes back to that mind-body connection we were talking about
It's
earlier.
all connected. Yeah, it's really amazing how, like, these little things,
Yeah.
that we can do for our bodies can have such a big impact on our minds.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really liked how Piyush emphasized that it doesn't have to be this like huge, overwhelming thing. It's
Uh,
not about like changing your whole life overnight. It's really about those small, consistent changes.
yeah, I think that's what I appreciate about this whole deep dive is that it's like it gives you all these tools.
Right.
It's like, here's a toolbox and you can pick and choose what works for you.
Yeah, exactly. And what works for you today might not work for you like a year from now.
Right.
So it's about kind of like staying curious and paying attention to what your body and mind need.
Yeah.
And just keep experimenting.
I love that. That's a great way to put it.
Thanks.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the mind-body connection, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
We've explored all these incredible insights,
Yeah,
but now it's time to actually put them into action.
right.
So what small change will you make today to like really start nurturing that connection within yourself?
It could be anything. It could be going for a 10-minute walk, practicing gratitude for a few minutes, maybe just like actually filling up your water bottle and drinking enough water throughout the day.
All matters.
It all matters, yeah.
Because every step you take towards, honoring your body and your mind is a step towards living a more vibrant and fulfilling life.
I love that.
All right, well, that's our deep dive for today.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.